So the Nintendo Switch, for obvious reasons, is a pretty hot topic at the moment. Now, whether you love it or you hate it, it's all very interesting considering the Switch is a very unique take on a video game console. And there's a lot of popular news stories floating around regarding its peripherals, its power, its online service. There's a lot of hate, there's a lot of love, but there's one little piece of news which has been floating around for quite a few months now. I think it even dates back to mid last year. But it is still constantly popping in and out of the news. So we're going to talk about it now because if it is true and if it does come to fruition, it could be a big deal for the Nintendo Switch. So what is this rumor and where did it originate from? And from all the research that I've done and everything I've read online article-wise about this rumor, it all seems to link back to one NeoGAF user that started it all. Now this NeoGAF user in the past has leaked accurate information about the past Nintendo X, which is now the Nintendo Switch, and he claims to be working at the Foxconn factory where the Nintendo Switch is actually manufactured. And just to point out the accuracy of some of his leaks, he actually leaked the Joy-Con controllers themselves before Nintendo announced them, and he even leaked information about them actually being available in multiple colors. But what is this rumor that's been constantly bobbing up and down for the last 6 months? And to cut straight to the chase, it's called an SCD, which stands for Supplementary Computing Device. And essentially it's going to be, apparently rumored, an add-on for the Nintendo Switch which will boost its graphical capabilities. And this add-on device is rumored to have 8GB of RAM and a 3.5 teraflop 1060 Nvidia GPU. So this SCD device isn't really mucking around, and in fact, if it is real and it does come to fruition, it would be more powerful than the Nintendo Switch itself. So that's the device in a nutshell, but the rumor continues on that apparently this device is already shipped in largish quantities, I think it was around 2,000 that I read, to developers to get hands-on development time with this add-on 1060 in a box. But what do I feel about this add-on power box that's going to increase the graphical capabilities of the Switch? How do I think that's going to go? Do I think it's a good idea for Nintendo to be pursuing? And it's a tough one to answer because I have mixed feelings about it myself. Now, I've talked about the PS4 Pro and the upcoming Xbox Scorpio plenty of times on this channel before. And overall, I've been fairly happy with what I've heard about the Xbox Scorpio that's coming up and from what I've seen with the PS4 Pro. Both these systems are just more capable versions of their base models being the Xbox One and the PS4. But the rumor suggests for Nintendo and its 1060 in a box that it's not just going to be a more capable version of the base model. It's going to be an add-on device that you have to connect up to your existing Switch. Now, in theory, that sounds like a more cost-effective way of doing it. They're not making you buy a whole new box. But how expensive is a 1060 with 8GB of RAM in a box? That's my question. And from what I believe, the most expensive part of a console is the actual GPU itself. But cost aside of this 1060 in a box, if we can get past that and if it does add significant power to the Switch, my other concern is that video game console add-ons just haven't been successful in the past. They're not usually successful items. They're a hard sell. A 1060 in a box isn't as attractive as a PS4 Pro or an Xbox Scorpio, which is a whole new powerful system, and on paper, it's very attractive feature-wise and power-wise. So my concern is that this extra power pack add-on for the Switch just isn't as attractive as a console would be. And the second big concern I have with this add-on power box is with the PS4 Pro. It's like a natural progression of the base PS4. It's natural to, after a few years, to advance to that next system, and whatever comes after the PS4 Pro 5 years from now, it's the next stepping stone up if you want to keep up with the power game. And developers can scale and produce software for those machines with confidence, knowing that people will definitely get the next PlayStation. And my concern with this add-on pack for the Nintendo Switch is that it seems to be positioning itself to launch relatively close to the Nintendo Switch. It hasn't been that 3 or 4 or 5 years since the Switch launched when, like the PS4 and the Xbox One, people were hungry for more power. And my fear is that gamers and consumers won't see it as a necessity. It's just going to be an optional, expensive add-on. It's not guaranteed like it is someone getting the next PlayStation. It's extremely optional. And like other add-on devices for consoles in the past which haven't sold well, they don't get supported, like the Kinect, the Move. And there's literally a humongous list of add-on devices that just die and don't get support because they're optional. And if this add-on 1060 in a box doesn't get purchased and doesn't move units, then developers will not take advantage of its power. They're not going to make software for something that just isn't in people's homes. And if there's no software for this device, then consumers aren't going to see a reason to go buy this device. Those two go hand in hand. This is a big issue for Nintendo to solve if this box is actually true. But just quickly before we wrap it up, what I would actually like Nintendo to do if this extra add-on power pack is a thing, is not sell it as an add-on device. I would much rather see Nintendo give us two variations of the Nintendo Switch like we've seen with Microsoft systems and the Sony systems. So I would have the base Nintendo Switch where all the compute power just happens in the tablet, and then I would have the Pro Switch where you get that extra 1060 and 8GB of RAM in the dock itself, so when you're at home you can dock your Switch and you get that 4K higher fidelity experience. But that's just my take on this rumor, guys, and remember it is just a rumor, so take it with a pinch of salt. But let me know what you think down below, guys. And as always, please remember to rate, comment and subscribe. My name's Sully, this is One Guy's Opinion, and we're going to talk in the next video.